All right, guys, today we're going to be breaking down Joe Burrow's throwing mechanics. We're going to talk about how you want to be relaxed with your shoulders, relaxed with your traps, and how this backstroke, getting it up to 90, is caused through your hip drive and why we don't lift straight to 90, right? So you see Burrow here when he's back in this pocket. This is a clip from training camp, obviously, for them. So you see how he's nice and relaxed with this ball carriage, right? Very relaxed with his elbows. He's not flexed with his traps. He's not super tense. He's relaxed in his face, and he's not holding this thing up on the shelf or by the ear, right? Because that makes you tense. And if you're tense with your upper half, you're not going to have a smooth motion, and you're going to be taking away energy that you could produce from your lower half and from your hips, right? So nice and relaxed ball carriage. So you see when he takes this ball back, what he does here is you see how he slightly closes that front shoulder, right? He's not over-rotating. He's not shooting this thing way back, but he slightly closes it, or he keeps it quiet. I've heard that term used before. You keep that front shoulder nice and quiet so you get that front foot down as you're closed or as you're in this backstroke, right? And it doesn't have to be a perfect L, right? There are a lot of different arm slots that you can use, right? But if we could get to this opposite equal position right here, or this situation where my front shoulder is slightly closed, your hip drive, and not only just your back hip, but your front hip swinging open. You want to be able to swing your front hip open, pushing off this back leg inside arch and swinging your front hip to get that hip square to the target, right? If you get those hips square to the target and you keep your shoulders square, you make sure that you slightly close that shoulder as you're taking that thing back while your front foot gets in the ground, so we have that sequence. It can cause that torque and that powerful position where your hip is coming through before the football, right? If your hip can come through before the football, you're able to keep your shoulders square, your hips square, you don't swing that elbow down, we're going to have a consistent release point, and we're going to be more accurate with this football, right? And you see, if he were to be here and he lifts this thing straight to 90, if he lifts straight to 90 and then his hips come through, he's either going to have this thing dip behind his head, or what's going to happen is if he lifts straight to 90, his shoulders are going to come through before his hips and he won't generate as much power. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. Nice and relaxed, slightly close that front shoulder, stay square with your hips, snap that front hip open.